Okay, so good morning everybody and once again welcome back in today's class. So now we almost done 80% of the change management work. We see that how change can be raised, models, legacy systems, change affected, impacted, and business services, CI, assignment groups, category, scheduling. And yesterday we saw about the conflict, sorry, in the last week we saw about the conflict maintenance schedule, blackout schedule, blackout schedules, and then we saw about standard changes and how the approval triggers in the change. That is approval definitions. Now we are going to be discuss an important point that is called the CAB. Yes. So now we are going to be discuss about the CAB. CAB stands for Change Advisory Board or Change Authorized Board. Means this is the team who approve at the last, and it is a set of people, not a single person. It is a set of people who sit, who discuss, and then provide their approval for that particular change. Okay, so that is called the CAB, Change Authorization Board or Change Advisory Board. Earlier, what happened when I was in service, I joined or I started my service now journey. When I was working as a cab manager or say change manager, I have to be prepared the agenda. Like cab meeting happens once in a week or somewhere twice in a week as well. Maybe Monday and Friday, maybe Tuesday and Thursday, Tuesday or Friday, something like this. It happens. So I have to be see that how many changes are going to be deployed in the production system for the next week onwards. I get the details. I prepare the agenda in the Word file, send the agenda to everybody. Means everybody means the person who's going to present this change is the change requester, application or infra managers, and my business stakeholders. And this is all manual part. All it's completely manual part. I have to be download the things, then I have to be discuss the changes, get the decision, note down the decision, send the updates about the decision has been taken or not. So this, and also it's very tough to be see that which change is going in cab meeting at what time, because hundred of changes are planned and all the things will be there. Then ServiceNow introduced a concept called the cab workbench. Cab workbench is a module which help to do all these things automatically, starting from preparing the agenda, sending the invite, sending the meeting notes. Everything can be done in the cab workbench very easily. So to work on the cab workbench, we have to be get the cab definition first. After the cab definition, we have to be do the cab meetings. So how it's work? Let's say I'm coming here. And we can, I have a very dedicated session as well on the cab workbench. I presented this topic in one of the developer meetup in Kolkata. Okay, so now I'll go this cab definition. First, I'll show you the definition meetings and then we'll go for the cab workbench. All cab definitions. Like they have a network cab. I have an application cab. I have a database cab. Means why should I create or why should I bring everybody in the same meeting when I have a multiple type of changes to be discussed? This is the first benefit of the cab workbench, that you can create the cab definition as per your requirement. And there's no restriction that you can create only 2 or 3. You can create as per your requirement. So I click here and I can put LHG ITSM. Who is the person who need to be authorize or run this particular meeting is called the cab manager, and not user will name come here. Okay, not every username will come here, because if you remember when we're discussing about the roles, we see there is a specific role called the cab manager. If a user has a cab manager role, only then his or her name will come appear here. It's not like admin name will come. No, admin name will not come until unless admin get a cab manager role specifically. So let's say Beth Angelian. Do you want to delegate it? Let's say I'm putting Anuj name and Anuj is going on vacation and he wants that someone should run the cab on his behalf. So you can put the delegate's name here. Who are the member you want every time in this cab meeting? That is called the board members or the cab board members. You can define individual names like this, or if you have any group, sorry, add me as well, or if you have any dedicated group for the cab, you can add the group as well. Let's say I can say app engine admins. That this is a dedicated group who will join every meeting. Every meeting means when I say board group means they are the cab members. Cab members can be 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, depend on the business, but cab members always be less. And they are the business people who are expert in their area. Okay, what type of cab you want? Normal or emergency? Number one, this type has no relationship with the change type. This is just for the reference, but it has no relationship. If you see it's showing normal, it means that only normal change will come. It's not like that. It is for my identification that if I need a normal cab, then I need these two people. If I need an emergency cab, I'll create another cab definition. I'll put only one person because it's emergency cab. I don't want to bring everybody, right? So this, in which time zone it should happen. And if you have any location specific, like in offices you're doing, you can put the location as well like this. Now, what is this? Rolling meeting window. That what this mean? That how many number of days in our Outlook we have a reoccurrence, right? Similar this mean. I want if I'm creating a meeting, it should work at least for the next 90 days. So 90 is the default. You can put more as well. Let's say 200 days or maybe 5 days for the complete year I need it. Okay. Here you can put the conference detail. What is the meeting link, joining, and all the things will be there. Okay. And here is the important part, which I told you that earlier when I was cab manager, I have to do the cab agenda manually. Now I'm getting the agenda from this agenda management. It says notification lead time. Now let's say we are 4 people in a cab. We are 4 people going to be present the change. One is Anuj, Khalda, Anthony, and Ishwar. Ishwar says, Atul, my change is on the 20th number. Why should I join the meeting in the beginning? Even though that is not a good practice, if I say practically from my experience. So we put a notification lead time. Okay, you will get a notification before the 5 minutes of your change in the sequence. Now maybe you're confused Atul, how the system will know. I'll tell you. Just as of now, let's say this 5 minute I'm putting it, that it is a lead time that if your number is 30th, you will get you will get an email before 5 minutes of your change. Please come and join. Now time per agenda item. This is what applicable for me. In my training batch 2, when I started this training, in my training batch 2, I shared a lot of knowledge. even though that was only for the admin batch. And that went up to the 60 hours, 60, 65 or 60, yes, approximately 60 days it run. Because I have no cap on the items, that how much time I have to be spent on a per item. This is the one main backdrop in the cap. People start discussing the changes. They take 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes in a single change. And service now say, no, cab is to be time bounded activity. So what we can do, we can say that, okay, every change will be discussed only for the 3 minutes. Now Anuj has a question. Atul, what happened after 3 minutes? I'll tell you. Wait. So this is important point which we can see practically. Now, what changes you want to include in this definition? You can put the criteria here. Do you want to be complete? You do want to take the pre-approved changes? I said no. I don't want to be show the standard changes. Do you want that changes should get added automatically in the agenda? I said yes. If condition matches, then they should get added. And do you want to note down the decision automatically? I said yes. And here I will say condition. I want to show only those changes where the risk is high. वन ऑफ कर देते हैं इसको. Risk is high or moderate. If you click on this, you will get an option that okay, I can create my own definition as well. Now I click on the submit. It says your definition is ready. Because we say it should run for the 365 days, but we did not tell in the Outlook. We say, okay, the occurrence should be 365 days, but what time? So now scroll down and let's create the entry, schedule entry. Click new. I said say LNG ITSM, and I want the meeting should be starting from today, 7th of December, 10 to 11 only. And do you want to repeat it? Yes, I want to repeat. I want to repeat on the weekdays. Repeat until. I'll set repeat up to, because it's not mandatory, so you can leave it as well. And schedule type. Schedule type means like it's like a busy, or you want to put any comment on that particular part, up to you. But it's not mandatory. Now I click on the submit. So what I'm doing, I'm clicking on the reoccurrence and I'm setting up the time for every meeting. See, the time zone is showing Canada, but what I will do now, because I'm not in the Canada, I'm in the European time zone. So I will put Europe, Berlin. Sorry, Europe, London, and click on the save. Now definition is ready and schedule is ready. But Atul, we mentioned that it should be for the 365 days, right here. So now click on the refresh meetings. You can see it's blank now. Means I am generating the reoccurrence meeting now. So it will take time because a lot of data I put it. Data means long duration. So you can say 261 schedule has been created now. Wow, that's awesome. Clear? Now I have a meeting today. Yes, I have a meeting today. So what I will do, let me sort with this one. This is my today's meeting, 8 hours from now. What I will do, I'll open this meeting. Don't get confused. Just understand the concept. Very simple. I have a very simple point. Now I have a meeting. Every meeting must have their own agenda. Yes. Every meeting can have their own conference detail as well. Yes. Every meeting you can add new people as well. Yes. So you can do the changes at the See, these things cannot be changed. Sorry. Can I open it? Yep. Sorry, it's yes. Yep. Okay. Maybe in this meeting I want to be invite Anuj as well, but I don't want Anuj to be invited for the other meeting, so I can go and add them manually as well. Now, if you scroll down, you can share the details, conference details, and if you scroll down here, this is what the benefit. Atul, but it is empty. Yes, it will be empty because what we said in the definition, we said that we will use our own criteria to get the changes. So we can put our agenda here. So what it says, do you want to use the filter criteria? I said yes. It says change request starting after. Don't get confused here. It is after. It is before. Starting after 7th of December, but before 9th of December. So generally people get confused here. So I say any change is starting from 7th of December and I want to present this for, let's say, for the next 3 weeks. So any changes which is between these two ranges and where the risk is high, only those changes I want in my agenda this time. Save. And click on the agenda item. As of now, there's no agenda. It say once the agenda item have been refreshed, would you like to send the meeting invite to attendees? I said yes. Click on yes here. This is what the benefit, right? The same thing I was doing manually as well, and the same thing I'm doing with the automation as well. Cap date time is read only for the change request implement state. Okay, I agree. Where the change in the implement state, those are the this thing. So I have a 13 here. 13 changes. If you want, let's put one more condition. And state is one of कर देते हैं. Either new, either assess or either authorize. I want the changes who are in these three states only. Save. And now again go back and refresh the agenda. Yes. Now we have 12. And if you notice, attendees become 5. So these 5 people get an email that a change has been scheduled and the email went in their mailbox, Outlook. Clear everybody till this point? Any doubt?
Atul, I'm audible to you?
Yes, yes, definitely.
As you have scheduled this change the cab meeting for less work. There will be the cab will have
Ishwar,
number
your voice is very low, not able to get properly.
now it's here now.
I am able to hear, but it's very low.
Anyways, I will text you this question.
Now it's clear. Go ahead.
So I was asking about the their change cab meeting scheduled for the 1 year. There will be number of change based on the priority and the change.
Right.
During the schedule, can we track who are joined from that
Yes. Yes.
part?
Now I'm coming to the actual meeting. Let's say this meeting has been scheduled, agenda has been prepared, and now I am going to be present this meeting. I'm going to be start this cab meeting, right? So people will be responding on this part. Can I make some changes here? Yes, let's say it say I am attending it. I'm as an admin, so I can do make changes here. Let's say I said I'm attending it. Okay. Now what I will do, who is the cab manager here? Is Beth Angelian. So I'll impersonate with the Beth Angelian because he's the cab manager. He's the right to start this cab. Okay, so now I impersonate as a Beth and I'll go here and I'll search for the cab workbench and now I click on this cab. So now you can see here that Beth is owner of these many cab. Today is 7th, so she will go here and she will click on this and she will click on the open. See the beauty of this particular module. I practically love this module because it is so straightforward and it is so good to be work. So now it says, boss, total time is 60 minutes. You have these many changes. Okay. If you want to take notes, you can take notes as well. Up to you. Okay. As of now, nobody else attended this. Now what we will do now, let me open this in the parallel window. This module, sorry, this instance. Okay, now what I will do, who was the other person who was invited in this conference? I guess David Lu. Let me impersonate with the David Lu. Because practically they will log in by their own ID. But as we are on the PDI, I want to show you because you have a question that Atul, how we can see that who is attending. Now come here and you can see the attendees. Attending this. That out of 5, only 2 are attending as of now. Arey, kya ho gaya isko? This one. So attending. Now let's say time has come and I as a Beth going to be start this meeting. Number 1 part. Remember the 3 minutes. This is what the 3 minutes game. That every agenda item must be discussed for the 3 minutes. Now click on the start meeting. And before that, let's little bit do this part. This will be the total timings show, my cab meeting, start button, my agenda items. You can see as of now, I have all items are in the pending. You want to see all the agenda items, means once approval gets started, then you want to see, you can filter out these things. I said pending and click start. Work has been started. One thing, this change has been open and it is a normal change. The details are coming and timings get started. See, the green line is going on. People start discussing a change. Okay, this change is for this particular stuff, this things. Now, if I am as an approver of this change, what I will do, I'll open this change in my side. I'll go to planning and see, okay, information is there. Okay, schedule is there. Okay, changes information is there. Yes, and I will click on this form. Consider that I am an approver here. Consider as a approver, I'll go. I said yes, everything is going good and well. And oh, David Lou is there. Anybody who can approve? Okay, let's say I'm a Ron Catering. I said yes, guys, I'm happy to approve this change and I'm approving it. But before that, let me show you one thing. See, it's still green is there. About when the 75% time has been over, then it's showing a red. Number 1. Number 2, maybe the person who need to be present this change is not in the meeting. So you can demote it as well. Okay, let's go down. Let's skip it and let's go down. Or I don't want to take any decision. Put the next change. Now, if I go here, I guess Beth has no rights to be approved this change, I'm sure. And I click here, approve. Change got approved. Wow. Close this. Okay. And time is still running because it has say 3-minute time aapko milega. You have get 3-minute time for every change. Okay. So this has been change has been approved. Now I can go to see it become red now. I said, guys, it's done. Okay. Next. This is the next change. Assigned to Bo, and Bo says, okay, I'm happy with this part. He says, I'm here. Let me go to the authorize. Approve. Okay. It is required for the, let's say, Howard Johnson. Let's do one thing. Let's come here and impersonate with the Howard Johnson, that how I as approver can see this cab. Right? So multiple roles we are playing here. Don't get confused. It's a story. Howard Johnson, impersonate. Now same thing Howard will be do. Howard will come here, open the cab workbench. Open this meeting because he is the part of this meeting. It's already open. He will open this meeting and he will see this option because I as approver, so I can get option here. It means it is not required that as a Howard Johnson, I have to be go and open the form here. I can do it from here itself. Either I can approve, either I can reject. But this option is only available for the particular approver for a particular change. I am not happy. Reject. Not happy. Reject change. Done. Now, because I'm not a cap manager, so I cannot move this chain to the next or the going to the next chain. Now let's come here. And now let me pick up the next change. Because if I refresh this change get rejected. So I can go to the next. Okay. This change. No. I requested a person, guys, who's going to present this change. Nobody come for the discussion. And I demote it. And come here and see the benefit. It's recording everything here. This is what the benefit. That no need to be do the manual work. Everything can be done automatically. Now we have to wait for 3 minutes. 2 more minutes we will do. Okay. Now in the meantime, what I'll show you, because I want to show one more thing in the meetings. So I want to see as a cam manager, I want to be see, okay guys, how many changes are pending? Atul, these changes are pending. Okay. Any approved changes? Only one approved. It take 2 minutes. Any rejected changes or completed agenda items? Yes, these two are the completed one. Let's go here. No, Atul, I'm little in a hurry. Can you promote my change so that it can be discussed immediately? So we have a promote button as well here. I can promote it. I'll do just waiting for this for 2 more minutes so that it's said over and I can show you in the meetings here. Let's go and see the attendees. See, Howard Johnson is attending. So we can see this thing. Okay. Now, what else is pending? Because I need to pick up one more change here. So any question till this point? Any doubt? Anybody has any question?
Yeah, one question. So Atul, this one is basically like you do daily, like it just generate automatically, like if I'm in a team, and they can add me as a change in this. I'll be the member, and I will
Mhm.
get the notification. How will I get the
Yes.
notification?
Yes, you will get the notifications.
Okay. And if four-person can work together, and they can also see the
Uh-huh.
screen.
Yes, it's not required to be share the screen as well.
Okay, it is just you just open the meeting and everybody
I
on the
log
same
in
screen.
I log in as Howard Johnson here. I'm sitting in US, you're sitting in UK.
Right.
I got an invite, I open and I go here and open the meeting invite here. Simple.
Okay, and it is not showing anything, and just you are working on the
Yes. Yes.
changes. That's it.
Yes. This is what the benefit. Earlier in the manual part, I have to be share my screen, I have to bring everybody, open the call as well. Now everything is detailed here.
More
Open the call,
encrypted.
guys. I'm on this cab workbench. Please go and open and these changes you're presenting it. Please take a decision quickly.
It is just into service now only.
Correct.
Encryption is there now.
Correct. So now this change is almost done on the time. Okay. And I want to be no decision has been taken on this part. Right. So now let me do. I'll say, okay, I'll go to the promote this one change. This person is in hurry. So let's promote this change. So now you can see next. The current agenda item has not been approved. Do you want to be moved to the next? I said yes, because there's no decision has been taken. Neither approved, neither reject. Okay, good. Let's say in a 1 hour we have discussed everything, and now I am closing the meeting. End meeting. Do you want to end this meeting? Yes, I'm done with this meeting.
Atul, one question.
Go ahead.
Before we end the meeting, and we have 10 agendas to, like, 10 changes we have to make,
Right.
and somehow we could not make it in that meantime, right?
Yes.
What about those three? Again, you will reschedule
I'll
those
come to that.
other.
I'll come
Okay.
to that point. Okay. So let's say now meeting has been over. Okay. Now let's go back here. Go back here. Open the cab meetings. My cab definitions and go to the current meeting. What we just happened. Okay. What we are meeting? This meeting. First changes. It moved to the complete state because meeting has been happened. Second part. Go to the meeting notes and you can see here. That was this change approved, this change rejected, and on these two changes, no decision has been made. Rest is not discussed as of now, so that will not come in this picture. Maybe this is one of the drawback or the bug here. Maybe ServiceNow can improve this. If change is not discussed, it should come no discussion has been happened. But ServiceNow say if it is not even come on the meeting discussion, I am not able to record the sessions. I'm not able to record the results as well. Now, if I want to be communicate these notes, click on the share notes. Done. Every attendee got an email now. These all attendees got an email now. Come to this point. Come here and see. See, practically if you see no decision for everywhere, but it did not capture in the meeting invite. So these changes were not discussed in the meeting cab meeting. So also one more thing, if you see here, which I forgot earlier, if you see and open this change. This is what I need to be tell earlier. I missed out. See, cab date and time come automatically. As soon as the agenda criteria run. Sorry, the agenda criteria run here. The changes come here. For all these changes, the cab dates has been fixed. भाई तभी तो there must be some linking between cab and the change. and this is the field which is making the linking here. And now if you want, you can in the next meeting, in the next CAB meeting, if I go back here. Oh, all CAB meetings, not this one. I need for the Beth. This one. Let's say now I have a next meeting on this one. So while creating the agenda, I can either add the agenda manually as well. Click on the new, and I can put the change. That would change number is this. Let's say I want to discuss these changes, or and then put on the submit. Okay, it's all in the review state. Good. Or I can put my date filtration and create a new agenda. And then in that case, if the change which was not discussed earlier, the cap date will be overwritten for that particular change in the change record as well. This is what all about the thing about. This is what is all for the cap workbench. Clear, everybody? Any doubt? Any question?
No, Atul.
Ishwar, Anthony, Khalda.
No, Atul.
Good. Now let's come back to this part. And impersonation. Leave. Now, if you see here, we have a change. And as I said that out of the box yesterday, when we were seeing the workflows out of the box, we saw that change has a task as well. That is called change task. So if you see here, let me tell you that what is this task management do specifically. Okay. Number one, this task get created out of the box when the change implement flow has been or is running or is run. Okay, that's the number one part. Second, let me create a new task. In a change, a task of the 4 types: planning, implementation, testing, and review. Planning task is a task where the start date, plan start date, and the plan end date can be before the change plan start date and the end date, before this dates as well. Why? Because you are in the planning phase. Change is going to be, see, if there's a marriage in our house, after 2 months, the planning start from now only. It's not that I'll start the planning on the marriage day. So this is what the reason. So you can see, you can get the change parent change number, you can put the CI, you can put the start date, you can put the end date, short description, you can put it. And here you can define the planning. Okay. Then state to whom it should be assigned. Number 1. Number 2, it can be a implementation as well. In a change, I have 5 or 10 teams involved. So I can create 5 or 7 or 10 different tasks for the 10 different teams as well. That I can do. But ServiceNow by default, not by default, out of the box, give only 2 tasks. So if you want, you can create a task as well on that particular part. Implementation, maybe 1 I want for the testing and 1 I want for the review. Up to us how many tasks we want. Let's say I put the dates, what is the plan start date, so that I can not. अच्छा 8 से 16 के बीच में. Okay. I'll put
Atul, by default, how many tasks gets created?
2. 2 tasks. One for post implementation review and 1 for the testing.
Okay.
Okay.
So this two is
Sorry.
sufficient, or we
No,
can
no, sorry,
create?
one for implement and one for the post review testing, post implementation testing. These are sufficient is a very big question.
Okay. Okay.
Because it depends on the customer to customer. I work with a customer who has a 10 task in a single change, and we define the workflow for the 10 tasks because they said for every change we have these 10 tasks to be there. So why they want to create it manually? We work it for them and we make the change in the workflow.
So that it will automatically trigger the task.
Yes, correct. So ITSM test, let me assign to the change and save. So if I want to be close this, I'll get the closure information as a mandatory. This closure information is regarding the task, that what the result of this task. I'm not saying about the change. I'm saying about the task. Task is successful, unsuccessful, or with issues. I said it's successful with issues, and you can note down the issues. And close the task. Again, remember, I'm not saying for the change. Change closure is a little different. This is a task closure. And if you go and see that, let's say I am on the implement now. It means I'm implementing my change. Now I move to the review. If you scroll down, Atul, why these two tasks get cancelled? Because if you go here and open the change properties, here you will find this task. It says what to do with the task. कहाँ गया? There's a property that if you are moving a change from implement to review state and is any task is open, what to do? I said cancel the task. Why I'm not able to see that property? Copy enable, is any other properties there? Change. No. I'll see, but there's a property available for this one. That if there's a no task, sorry, if the task is in the open state and I'm moving the change from review to, sorry, implement to review state, what action I want? I want it should be cancelled. So it cancelled it. Anu said, no, Atul, it is not the case for us. No worries. You can put a validation. Don't cancel, it should be closed only. You can put that part, up to you. So out of the box, ServiceNow give two tasks for the normal change, that is implement and the post implement testing. Two tasks means if I say in the short, for either normal change, emergency change, or it's a standard change, ServiceNow give only two tasks: implement and post implementation testing. No other task given by ServiceNow out of the box. Okay. Now one more thing important to be understand here. I say about the three type of changes: normal, standard, and emergency. If you remember one thing, when we were discussing about the unauthorized change, we raise an unauthorized change. Only one task get created. Remember anybody? Or forget? Let me show you here. Go here, model, and put unauthorized. This one. And if I click on the save, it's in the review state. And if you scroll down, see, only one task get created. PIR, post implementation review. This is a asterisk mark in your notes. Only for the unauthorized change, only one task get created. No other task will get created for this part. If you want, you can do the flow or the workflow to create more tasks. But out of the box, only for the unauthorized PIR task get generated. And if I put this from review, because you can do either review either authorize, there's no other way. It means I have to be forcefully complete this task. Let me say I am closing this task. Close task, review, done. Because in the unauthorized changes, review is must. Can I get option further? No, there's a no further option to close this one. It means in the flow, it has been saying put in the review state only. It's closed, done. Doubt, question, clarification.
Atul, that in this change task that it is automatically get cancelled just because of the filters which we have set, right?
Not filter
Uh,
properties or the
the
conditions.
conditions, yeah, the conditions. Is there any way, like if we set any wrong condition in the in production, and we want to revive these tasks and change the state to the open?
No.
We cannot.
Once it cancelled or closed, it
It
cannot
is
be
closed.
reopened because this is my PDI. So there's a no validation available. If I go, I can still go back here. See, I can put the open.
Hmm. Yeah.
But
In the
in the
production.
mature system, and it is a rule of thumb. If a, a record get closed or cancelled, should not be reopened. Should not be reopened in
Hmm.
any of the circumstances. Tomorrow you say, Atul, there's a change which pending approval for me. By mistake, I rejected it. Can I approve it again? No, you can't approve it again. You will approve it again only once the change has a complete life, will follow the life cycle and come back to you again. But the same you can't do. So this is the human mind need to be thinking that what I'm doing here. Maybe intentionally, maybe unintentionally I'm doing. Clear, Anuj?
Yeah. So, like, I was thinking to that in case if we cancel it or close the
Right.
task, any which way, we have to give the justification on that. We have to
Yes.
mention that why we are closing. So
Right.
it is not just going to be very simple. It is not
I'm
going to be
coming to
very
that.
simple closure.
I'm coming to that now. So it's like a barbecue. Once you say, boss, I'm done with the starter and you drop the flag, considered you done. Now it's intentionally done, unintentionally done, by mistake done, it's done, it's done. Now, before we close this change, two or three things are important to be understand. Number one, I can create outage on this change. What do you mean by the word outage? I'm deploying a change and that change occurs some downtime. So I can create the outage. Outage can be three types: degradation, outage, or planned outage. Network is there, but little bit fluctuation. That is a degradation. Outage means kind of a unplanned. Suddenly I got a message, guys, in this house or in this building tomorrow or today or after, just now there will be no electricity for the next 5 hours. It's a planned outage. Sorry, it's an outage. Planned outage means when we get a notification, like we get a notification from our banks. Dear customer, please note that Sunday 8th of December from the midnight 23:00 till 6 a.m. 9th of December, there will be maintenance work going on. That is a planned outage. These services will not be available. This is a planned outage. So if you want, you can create the outages as well. So I said it's an outage. What's the start time? Outage starting, maybe outage start before the change actually start deploying. And it can be more than the change end date as well, because it's an outage. I'm not sure that when it will be come back. So this record get generated here. One part. Second, you can copy the change. I guess we saw this part, copy the change. This is important to show you. Incident fixed by this change. Maybe you can, what we can do, let me open the incident in the separate window. And let me open this. Okay. And I said incident fixed by this change. So what I will do, I'll copy this and come here in the related records. Incident fixed by this change. I can put it like this. If I can put caused by change, maybe I can put some other chain number here, 30, and click on the save and just go and just refresh your related list. So you can see incident fixed by this change, incident caused by this change. Maybe I'm deploying a change and I got some incident. So let me try to put the same incident in the same change in this record, just to show you that how it will look like. Even though this should not be the case actually, but it practically it can be the case. I am deploying a change to fix the incident and I got the same incident again. I refresh it. You can see here. So we can add it. So now what I will do, everything has been done. Now I want to close this change. And this is a change closer, not the task closer. Overall, what is the change? I said it was unsuccessful. And save. Let's see, do we have any other option available? No. So this is what my change get closed. You can add problem records. You can add incident fixed by change, incident caused by change. You can get change tasks. You can see SLAs and outages. Anything you want, you can do it. The life cycle of a change has been completed here. Now what next? Go ahead.
How frequently we fixed changes by incident?
Changes? No, yes. How frequently incident got fixed by change?
Incident got fixed by fixed by change. Yeah.
It's up to you, up to your business.
Okay.
Up to your business. How many time? Let's say I'm doing some renovation. See, you don't renovate, you don't do the renovation every week or every month, right? It's done once in a year or once in a 5 year or 3 years like this. Then only you fix small changes. Okay, भैया ये भी टूटा, ये भी सही कर दो, भैया ये भी टूटा, ये भी सही कर दो, भैया ये भी सही कर दो, right? So it depends on your business.
Right.
Maybe every week you're sending some incidents which is fixed by change. Maybe problem record you're fixing it with the help of change. That is in the day 5 or day 6 when we discuss about incident change and problem relationship. This is what is exactly this mean. Right? Now change has been done. Life cycle has been done. What next? Next is Atul, I want to see the dashboard. Go here. Change overview. Same concept. This is what given by ServiceNow out of the box. Emergency changes, critical changes open, overdue changes, awaiting approval, on hold. And these are coming from the standard reporting. These are coming from the standard reporting. You can see. If you want, you can create your own dashboards. If you want, you can create your own trends, your type of reports, bar, graph, pie chart, donuts, anything you want. You can do it. Up to you in that particular part. That's the one thing which is ServiceNow give out of the box. Second, which we discussed earlier, metrics and the database view. So now come here and see what are the database view available here for the change. And let's search here. Oh, so you can see that these database views are given by ServiceNow. Change and change SLA, change task and the metric, change request and SLAs. So multiple database view are given by ServiceNow. Database view is nothing but is a combination, or the not combination even, it's a logical representation of two tables, more than one table. It can be two table, it can be three table. Same concept which we discussed in incident. So like this one, if you open it, you can see here. Join chain task to the SLAs. I want to see about the task, chain task, not about the change. And what is the SLA for that one? We can create that. And the metric which is given by ServiceNow, definitions. Let's put change. I'm at the wrong place or what? No, it is sorry, it's assessment metric. I want to go the metric definition. Metrics, this one. And you can search for the change, this one, change approval. Field value duration, that how much time it take for one person or from one state to the other state to be approved. So you can see here. Because this is the first and most important KPI for the team, that how much time it take for the from initiating to the close. Why a change take 10 days to get approved? Where we are wrong, who is not approving, who is stopping it. So these things can be done from this particular options here in the metric here. We can do the change integration with the third-party systems as well. One thing more which let me tell you, there are few dashboards which is available in ServiceNow other than this standard change management as well. I'll show you here. Because okay, we don't have that plugin installed. There is a plugin called Change Success Score. Success Score. What this means? Before I implement a change, I want to know that how many times this change has been succeed previously. Because if let's say Anuj is running a company which is a financial company or Anthony is running a insurance company, Khalid running a stock exchange. We guys or you guys cannot afford that my change get failed in the production system because it costs a lot to you. So ServiceNow build a plugin, sorry, build a functionality that is called the change success score. It calculate on the previous occurrence of that change and give you the results, give you the metrics, give you the data, so that you can take a right decision that shall I go ahead with this change deployment or not. And there's a call one more change velocity, I guess. Yes, if I'm not, it's a change velocity is there also. So there's a few plugins available in change, which we can activate, which we can see, and then you can implement that part. Clear, everybody? Any doubt, any question, any clarification? Don't feel shy, open, because with this, let me come here and let's take a quick recap. With this change from incident problem that we saw, metric we saw, dashboard we saw, PI we saw, CAG workbench we saw, right? All this has been done. With this, our change management has been completed. Longest, toughest module has been done now. Question, clarification. I personally recommend, guys, spend time on the change. Spend time on the change. I have few different videos if you want to go more in the deep dive, like a risk management, CAB workbench. It's available on my YouTube channel as well. You can go and watch, where I actually tell in the beginning that how the configurations can be done up to the lower level. Maximum part we already covered here. A good context I have given to you on the change part. Doubt, question, clarification. ज्ञान तो बहुत हो गया. Okay, no question. Let me stop the recording and we'll take a quick attendance. Khalda, any question you're speaking?
No.
Okay, good.